Smacking S'mores presents The March to YouTube Domination. Dateline Hollywood. A plucky red-haired beauty hatches her plan to conquer the internet by gaining 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But she can't do it alone. Only you can help her in her quest to achieve YouTube greatness by liking, subscribing, and most importantly, sharing her videos. Remember, it's up to you to fight the evils of YouTube suppression and the evil corporations who want to keep you down by clicking the like button as we march our way to YouTube domination.
It's funny how when people raise the prices, they start complaining about how expensive things are for privileged people. It's like they're using that word on purpose. Hello, everyone. I am Mecca Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. We are talking today about a recent article that popped up. It was trending for a while. When Disneyland reopens, it's going to have even more of a quote-unquote privilege problem. What are they referring to? Well, it's a very leading article that is actually referring to their annual pass holders. They are pretty much going to be removing the option to pay monthly. This is a whole article about how people who sometimes you need to pay for that monthly option for your annual pass holder so you can just take a couple of nights at Disney, which is great. You know, that's great. I guess if you're paying for an annual pass on the lowest tier, it's only $20-$30 a month, give or take. The issue that we're seeing with this article, the issue that I have with Disney, and I've always had with Disney, is that it is a very, very extraordinarily expensive sort of experience. Even if you want to buy a bottle of water while you're out in the sun all day waiting in line, you just want something to quench your thirst here and there. It's $4. It's $4. What if you're somebody who wants to take, you're just a young unmarried couple, you want to take your significant other or a young, unmarried with no children, I guess I should say, young couple, even if you are married with no children, you're just taking your significant other to Disney just because you have the annual pass, you want to go there and maybe take them out to dinner. Well, you're probably going to be out of there $50 lighter, no matter what you do, just to walk in the door practically if you're going to buy anything. And for somebody like me, I've always viewed Disneyland as something that is very, very extraordinarily expensive anyway. Here is where I go a little, you guys are going to hate me no matter what I say on this, so I'm just going to jump into it. We're just going to do it. What did Disney or anybody expect when you close the world down for a crapping year and decide to print a lot of money? Prices are going to go up. The value of the dollar is going, and we're not getting into the debate of whether it was a good idea. It's happened. It's over and done with. Whether it was the right thing, who the crap can say. That's not what this video is about. This is about the economic impact of this. This is about them using a word like this, like privilege, when you're describing something like Disney anyway, which I always assumed was for pretty much well-to-do people anywho. I was always somebody like, if I'm spending that kind of money, I'm going to go to Vegas because they have booze and gambling and things for me, because I'm not really somebody who cares about riding, roller coasters or theme park. I don't care about Mickey Mouse. I've never been a Disney person. But here's what happens. Here's what happens when the value of the dollar goes down. Prices go up. They've got to try and make up for all their huge, massive losses from being closed for a crapping year for the most part. Somewhere. And as we see people who have less and less money, they're going to make up. Do you think Bob Chapek's going to open up his big fat bonus for this? No, he's not. Do you think any of these execs no, they're not. They're still going to get their money. And sometimes they do remove their salaries for a year, but they're still get a bonus, or they'll remove their bonus and still get a salary. They're still making more money than you could possibly imagine, while they're laying off 36,000 employees and cast members at the Orlando park alone. I want to say the Orlando park alone. You're laying off all of these employees. Do you really not understand that we've been through this time and time again. We've been through this time, and I'm not talking to you guys. My audience already knows this. You've been there with me. You're the ones who are out there working your jobs. You're the ones out there realizing that every time we get some sort of economic whatever, what happens when these companies want to start trimming their losses, their bottom line, their profit? What happens? What happens when their profits fail? They'll either raise their prices or lower their staffing. They never start from the top down, where the top people are the ones who always make all this cash. What happens, like, let's say you have a government mandate of stating, hey, we need to raise a minimum wage. Well, your dollar's worth less now, so it costs more to get into things. What happens with a $15 minimum wage anyway? Anyway, let's say you have $30 of a budget, of a hypothetical budget for your company to hire employees. Well, you can now just hire 2 of them instead of 3 at $10 an hour. You're getting less employees for the money. So you're going to have a lower experience. You're going to be wandering around a store or a theme park looking for somebody to ring you up, looking for somebody to help you, looking for somebody to assist you. That's what it really boils down to. These giant corporations have always been designed to screw over the little guy, to make as much money as they can at the top end. And who cares about the rest of us? Who cares? So the fact that they're just now calling out a privilege problem is a little, I think you're a little too late, but maybe you're new. Maybe Julie's new. And this article looks like it was updated at 4:16 p.m. Do we have the updated version? I don't know if we do. March 10th. Yeah, I probably do. Probably do here. At the best of times, before the coof, Disneyland was hard to afford, which is why I went to Vegas instead. It's much cheaper. Even if you lived near the park and could snag the most affordable entry, the Southern California resident ticket, a limited 3-day pass offered every spring that worked out to just over $66 a day. That's just to get in the door. They shouldn't charge you anything to get in the door. Here's the thing. They shouldn't charge you jack shit to get in the door. They should give you the option to purchase a rides pass. That's it. Rides pass, and then all the shit that they want to sell you. Because if you're somebody just like me, I won't even go in there because I know I'm getting hit with, at the very, very least, $66 a day, and then the parking of $25, $4 bottles of water, to the $7 churros. I can get a churro at Costco for $2.
$2.
Are they still $2? I think they are. So, listen, what do you have for anybody who actually wants a fun little experience? Because I can just go to any casino in Vegas and wander around from place to place to place without being charged an admission. Because if I want to choose to spend money on something, you gotta damn well make sure that your product is worth my time. If you're going to be somebody like Disney, who just wants to bend over to China, who thinks that homosexuality is a mental illness, and thanks the people, thanks the bad guy camps, I guess. Well, they're the camps that are run by bad guys who think that it's perfectly acceptable to in turn and lock up people of different political or religious beliefs because they need to be what? Conditioned? They need to be re-educated? No, they don't. So seriously, Disney, you got a lot of issues before you're going to get me in the door to Disneyland. But for some people, you can't put a price on magic. Again, Disney is not filled with something that's magical. Disney is one of these corporations that are only designed to get your money. They're not designed to sell you on anything other than whatever you can imagine. And you can imagine a better experience yourself. We don't need Disney. Although Disney's Grand Californian was consistently occupied by people who could afford to spend $700 a night in a hotel room. I can spend $700 and get a flight and a hotel for a week in August in Vegas to the Aria. And that includes 2 weekend nights, because if you go to Vegas.com, they've got a deal. And the Aria is a nice hotel. Probably nicer than I would even like, to be perfectly honest. Because they're going to have a mini bar there, and I don't want to pay money for their mini bar crap. I'm going to want to go over to like CVS and get my own bottles of water or whatever I want. Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Zero is my thing. $700 a night for a hotel room. Are you kidding me? For a mouse? Are you like I get there's a lot of people who really enjoy Disney. I'm not going to knock it. You gotta be a little bit more decent to your customer base before I can recommend any of that, though. There were many others who saved and scrimped to be able to afford the park. If you want to be there that badly enough, you'd figure out ways. Well, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. With anything in life, it's like, how much is the cost versus what's the good and the bad? Like, do I have to save and scrimp, or do I have to sell blood for a month just to have a vacation of a lifetime? Disney, appreciate your customers a little bit more. Appreciate them a little bit more than to fire strong, independent females like Gina Carano from Star Wars. Respect your customer base a little bit more than to give them a bunch of double talk during your shareholder meetings where you're answering questions you aren't even being asked. And I've done countless videos on that. We've talked about that time and time again. Disney is designing a more expensive park experience, and something that was admittedly already a stretch, but a stretch within reach, is going to become harder to attain. Well, that's everything in life, though. That is everything. That is, this past year has caused the economic strain that I think a lot of people were warning against a year ago. A lot of us were saying, wait a minute. We were all called aces and phobes again. We were all said, oh, you would have killed grandma if you want, to have the economy open. And who knows? Who can tell you what was a good idea or a bad idea? It's done. It's over. Here we are. We tried to say this was the thing. We tried to say, but no. The removal of annual passes has made it so that anyone going to Disneyland, they removed them altogether. Foreseeable future will be paying full admission price for their ticket, which, just before the parks closed, topped out at $154 for a single day ticket. That's just to get in the door. No, you want to be having that for free, and then you charge for a rides pass. That is how I would operate an amusement park, because sometimes you have a family member who doesn't want to ride anything. Sometimes you have somebody like me who's grumpy and just wants to sit there and look at baby Yodas in a fountain somewhere while everybody else has fun. What do you think I'm going to do if I am being asked to pay $154 just to walk in the door after paying $25 to park? I'm going to ask for my $25 parking fee back, and they probably won't give it to me, and then I'm going to have to go all full Karen on them and get their manager, and then I'm still not spending $154. That's a lot of money to be spending on one day when I can walk outside for free anywhere else. For a single park ticket on the most desirable peak days, and $209 for a park hopper to go to both parks. Value days, usually midweek, less busy, could go as low as $104. Still $104. Still, even $100 just to get in the door. When a touch of Disney tickets went on sale last week, Disney fans crashed the site and sold out 6 weeks of the event in 8 hours. So it's unlikely there will be any low attendance days, and prices will probably be the higher tiers for the foreseeable future. There hasn't been a recent update on when the annual passes might come back. Those annual passes had long been a solution to making Disneyland more affordable, even to people who travel to the park. That's the other thing. You're still paying for your flight to go out there. And what if you don't want to stay in the park? Then you got to pay for your transportation to stay at a nearby hotel, which will probably be cheaper in the long run, let's face it. The annual passes had long been the solution for making Disneyland more affordable. The $649 Flex Pass, the lowest tier, that's the lowest one, available to non-locals, equates to about 4 days of park tickets. The $399 SoCal Resident Pass, about 3. Passes will definitely come back at some point, but CEO Bob Chapek is too busy demanding and deciding that he has to answer questions he wasn't asked about the blacklist over at Disney, where he has to go off on this diatribe about how, it's not partisan, but we don't cater to the left or the right, we like what's well and good. So bending people over for $100-some a ticket just to even walk through your fucking door is really what's good and decent. Meanwhile, while you bend down and kiss the backside of China because you want what? Because you want their money more than ours. Fine, you can have their money more than ours. I'm not going to step foot in your crapping park until you give everybody you've screwed over an apology, and that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. So, and now probably somebody will say, here, come with me to Disneyland next week, and then I'll be a hypocrite because I'll probably go if it's free. I'll go if it's free. Sure, give me a ticket to Disneyland and I'll go, and I can tell you if it's worth the price or not. But Disney won't do it, and I don't want you guys to send me money for it because, let's face it, if I'm going anywhere, it's going to be to Vegas in August for Star Trek Las Vegas. But it's not even going to be for Star Trek Las Vegas. I'll just go to the Aria or the Flamingo or anywhere else and laugh at the people who've decided to spend $1,000 to go to a convention where they're just hearing how everybody who dislikes Discovery is a bunch of ists and phobes. Oh, and if you are going to Star Trek Las Vegas and you support Vic Mignogna, they have disinvited him. They have removed him from the guest list at Star Trek Las Vegas. Hashtag I stand with Vic. So it's not even worth your money if you're going to see him. I am ranting long enough about this topic. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Disney is too damn expensive. Screw you, Disney. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Suck it up, whiny pants.